Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to Nina's Chelsea Corner. If you're new round here, Chelsea are Conference League finalists. We will play Real Betis on the 28th of May and hopefully win that trophy in Poland. Add one more to the trophy cabinet and dip. Let's get out of here. But obviously that's the toughest test that awaits yet. It was pretty smooth sailing, pretty easy peasy getting here in the first place. Tonight obviously beat Djurgarden 1-0, but the first leg ensured a 4-1 cushion, so it was 5-1 on aggregate. It was a bit meh. I mean, I don't have much to say in terms of the football we played. We will talk about it. It wasn't really the liveliest or the greatest of games. Didn't exactly fill you with ecstatic feelings. But yeah, there's more to take away from tonight's game, guys. And I'm sorry that I might be a little bit negative with some of the things I will say. But I just wanted to bring to your attention and also just talk about the disappointment of the atmosphere tonight in terms of how many away fans, how many Djurgarden fans were in the home end. And I'm not talking a couple rows here and there, guys. I am talking chunks of fans up in Westview, up in the East Stand, down in, there weren't that many in Matthew Harding, but I did see lots of clips of individuals here and there. But up in Westview, where I was sat in mum and dad's seats, shout out mum and dad, it was, yeah, it was swarmed. Like, I'm telling you, we were absolutely surrounded. There was a tiny little Chelsea huddle, is what I will call it, and that was it. So I've spoke to a few different fans, and some thought it was maybe about 60% of Stamford Bridge was Djurgarden fans. And then I kind of looked at it at first, like, you know, I didn't really notice until the game kind of got going, because at first I was so eyes glued to the away end, because I was like, wow, fair enough, like, they've got a great atmosphere going there. All the fans that have come to Stamford Bridge this year, all the Conference League teams, they've been great, fair enough. I understand what this means to you. You know, you're playing against Chelsea in a European competition, fantastic, like, each their own. Everyone has a right to celebrate, but that's why we allocate away ends and home ends. And tonight, that was completely blurred. There wasn't a home end and an away end. It pretty much felt like we were being held hostage in this little square in up in the home end. And yeah, it was kind of disappointing. And I don't want this to be a whole rant, but I do want to speak upon this, especially when, you know, the club has kind of come out and said recently that they do take ticketing very seriously and there'll be strict measures in place. Well, where were they tonight? Because how did we actually let it get to that? So yeah, obviously a lot of fans travelled from Sweden to London anyway, and obviously a lot of the home fans probably didn't really care that much about coming to the game. A lot of people would have sold their tickets and there were still empty seats, and of course they probably would have swooped in, got those tickets, but why was that allowed in the first place? But yeah, I just wanted to say this because I had a couple of people come up to me and speak to me at the game as well and tell me like how disappointed they were with this. And I had a lady, and as a woman, as a girl, I feel that it is my place and I have a duty to speak up for other women. And she told me that she felt intimidated and she didn't feel safe in her own home end at our own ground that we always go to. So I thought that was really sad. It was very sad to hear, actually. So yeah, that was a big negative, you know. Yeah, we're celebrating getting into the final, guys, but that was certainly disappointing. They were everywhere. But a positive to come out of that, guys, is Westview decided that little square of us up there that we would sing louder. So yeah, Matthew Harding today, we gave you a run for your money, didn't we? Singing up there. But yeah, anyways though, moving on from that, I just food for thought there for the club. But it was definitely kind of disappointing to see that was the case, because I was wondering when I got up there, I mean, the whole floor was kind of like covered in beer, and I was like, surely like the Chelsea fans aren't this ecstatic up in Westview for this second leg of the semi-final, but hey ho, who knows. Of course that wasn't true. And then seeing how much police and stewards there were up in literally the bars and the food bits, yeah, yeah, anyways, so obviously that was anticipated. But hey, That's just an observation there I had. But yeah, let me know if you guys went to the game, how you found it, how was it where you were. But yeah, let's talk about the football. Again, 1-0, not the most entertaining of games. Like I said, I was distracted with everything else that was going on around me. But I think that Maresca handed out some nice debuts, some good starts to players who, obviously, like Reggie Walsh, who was 16. Like, he's 16 years old. That's beyond me, guys. At 16, I was worried about what GCSEs I was going to like fail and pass, whatever. But yeah, no, really, really great from the kids. I think there's a player there, of course. He's got a lot to like learn and develop, but a nice moment for him. And I thought, you know, before the game, like us Chelsea fans kind of went into it thinking, nah, it's like, you know, whatever, a bit of a pointless game. Like, we kind of know we're there, we know we're there, but for this kid, like, he doesn't care. It's like a conference league. It's a European semi-final and he's getting his first start. Like, that to him would have meant everything. So very, very pleased for him. And then, of course, the other youngsters that came on. And I think Maresca did it in a very clever way because he kind of had the solid defensive line to kind of keep things at bay at the back and then just let the youngsters roam free, have a go. And if they are to lose possession, if they are to lose possession or if they are to get kind of overturned, then you've got the back line of like your Tozins, your Gustos, your Badiashils to just sort of calm things at the back and kind of go again, if that makes sense. So that was really clever from him, actually. And yeah, it just meant that the game was quite chill. I didn't ever really feel like Djurgarden threatened our goal much. I think they had maybe 2 chances in the second half, but again, it was just like... Like, this is fine. Kiernan Dewsbury Hall obviously scored the goal of the evening. It was a nice finish, fair play. But yeah, pretty easy going, guys. Pretty smooth sailing. In terms of what's next, Real Betis in the final. I think, obviously, again, it kind of all comes down to this one. It is the toughest test yet. And Betis is definitely opposition that we shouldn't be underestimating. I have watched a couple of their games in the Conference League this year. And let me tell you, they do look good. They play some nice football. They look well coached and they are very passionate and very driven. So I absolutely think we should be top of our game, and it very much depends on how we rock up that day, mentally, physically, how we set up and everything. But you know, they've got certain players that can provide them the individual brilliance. You've got players like Anthony, who, where has this Anthony come from? Already hit 12 GNA, scored tonight as well, actually. Obviously, it was a close battle with them and Fiorentina, taken into extra time, but they managed to get it over the line. You know, they've got players like Isco and Lo Celso, like all of these players that have some experience up their sleeve. This is a massive moment for them to win a European trophy. Like, so yeah, it's going to be difficult, guys, and I'll be intrigued to know what you guys think. I dread to think what happens if we lose that final. It's definitely a possibility, though. Like, obviously we've been quite adamant and set that we will make this final, but winning it, no, I think we should be okay, but it's definitely not as, like, what's the word, as easy as it has been for us up until this moment in the league phase. You know, in the knockout stages, it definitely will pose a tougher test. But we'll find out a lot more about ourselves and where we're at. But again, guys, like, we're in it now. Like, we were always in it. We had to win it, and we have to win it. And I think just for these players to get their hands on some silverware, doesn't matter what it is. Like, these players aren't all winners. None of them, well, not none of them. A very small part of the group has won a trophy. Like, full stop. So for these players to actually collectively lift a trophy, regardless whether it's a Conference League or something else, is really important, just to get that winning taste and just so you can be motivated to feel it again. Like, that's what I always say. Like, once you've achieved something, you set yourself that next target and you're almost more prepared for it. Ow, my neck just clicked really loudly. You're almost prepared for it, you're hungrier for it, you're more ambitious for it. So that's a real positive to our kind of mentality development. But yeah, overall, to wrap this one up, guys, I'm sorry if you know, for those of you who are like, Nina, we've just qualified for a final, like, let it go. fine, but I also think, like, I do have this platform and I do have, you know, there's not many of you. I obviously appreciate all of you guys who watch me, but I just do still feel the need to let you guys know. And obviously, as a matchday going fan, I've never experienced anything like it. So yeah, it wasn't that enjoyable from that side of things. Definitely fair play. The atmosphere they created was great, but it just didn't need to be in our end. And yeah, like, I don't know, why couldn't those tickets have gone to, I don't know, some kids, some schools, like someone said on Twitter. Good point. Anyways, subscribe to the channel if you have enjoyed this video, if you'd like to see more content, and obviously stick around because Newcastle awaits us at the weekend. Big game, and huge for our Champions League hope. And yeah, like this video, guys, comment your thoughts down below, and I will see you very soon. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and have a lovely week.